Imagine a man who could see the future, not through prophecy, not through mysticism, but through raw intellect. A man so far ahead of his time that even the greatest minds of his era didn't understand him. A man who claimed he could tap into invisible forces of nature, pull electricity out of the air, broadcast power wirelessly across the entire planet, and even create machines capable of splitting the earth in half. Now imagine that, when this man died, the US government seized all his files, locked them away and classified them. And imagine that, to this very day, some of those files are still missing. This is not a movie plot. This is the real story of Nikola Tesla, the man who knew too much. Today we dive into the secrets behind Tesla's lost inventions, the mysterious disappearance of his papers, and the theories surrounding what he might have created. Things that, if true, could reshape everything we know about energy, technology, politics, and the future of mankind. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is stranger than fiction. Nikola Tesla was born in 1856 in what is now Croatia, in a lightning storm, an omen many of his admirers would later point to as symbolic. From childhood, Tesla described visions so vivid that he struggled to distinguish them from reality. He could see images play out in his mind like a movie projector. Not imagination, more like a mental simulation. As an adult, he would claim he could construct a machine entirely in his mind. Spin it, hear it, feel it vibrate, detect flaws, before ever building a single part. This wasn't intelligence. This was something else. Tesla arrived in America with nothing but a letter of recommendation and the clothes on his back. He began work for Thomas Edison, a partnership that would later explode in one of the most famous rivalries in scientific history, AC versus DC, the War of the Currents. Edison believed in brute force experimentation. Tesla believed in elegant design powered by imagination. And Tesla won. Today, alternating current powers the world. Yet from that moment forward, Tesla was not the darling of industry. He was seen as unpredictable, unprofitable, and impossible to control. But Tesla didn't care about money. He cared about the world. And that was his biggest mistake. Tesla's greatest secret. The story of the missing files begins long before Tesla's death. It begins with a tower. A red, skeletal structure rising 187 feet into the air on Long Island, New York. Wardenclyffe Tower. To the public, it was a radio transmitter. To Tesla, it was something far more ambitious. A global wireless power system. Free energy. Limitless communication. An electrical grid that didn't need wires. Tesla believed energy could be broadcast through the Earth itself, into the ground, through the ionosphere, or in resonant frequencies between them. He claimed he could power homes, vehicles, factories, entire cities without a single cable. Imagine a world with no electric bills, no fossil fuels, no monopolies, no control. That dream terrified the people who profited from the status quo. One of them was J.P. Morgan. Morgan funded Wardenclyffe at first, believing Tesla would build a radio system more powerful than Marconi's. But when Morgan discovered Tesla's true intentions, he cut the funding instantly. According to legend, Morgan delivered a line that has echoed through history. If anyone can draw on the power, where do we put the meter? When the money stopped, Wardenclyffe stalled. Tesla spiraled into debt. And the tower was eventually demolished. Tesla's dream died with it. Did it? Because Tesla claimed he had backup plans, blueprints, notes, and calculations detailing exactly how his wireless energy system worked. And when Tesla died, those papers disappeared. The death of Tesla. On January 7, 1943, Tesla was found dead in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel. He was 86. Official cause, coronary thrombosis. Unofficially, rumors exploded. Some claimed he had been silenced. Others claimed his final invention, a device he called the death ray, was dangerous enough that multiple governments wanted access to it. Within hours of his death, the FBI ordered the Office of Alien Property to seize all of his belongings, despite Tesla being an American citizen. Why? Because Tesla's work was considered potentially dangerous during wartime. His files were taken to a secret location, reviewed by top scientists and classified. Among the reviewers was a young physicist named John G. Trump, uncle of U.S. President Donald Trump. Trump concluded that Tesla's papers contained nothing revolutionary, but today many historians dispute that claim, because something odd happened. Not all of Tesla's papers were logged, not all were reviewed, and some of the most important ones were missing before the FBI even arrived. Who took them? Where did they go? And what was in them? That's the mystery. Of all the missing papers, only a few categories matter, because these were the inventions Tesla repeatedly claimed were complete, tested, or functional. 1. The death ray, teleforce. Tesla described a particle beam weapon capable of shooting down airplanes and splitting steel, like tissue paper. Governments around the world tried to purchase it. Tesla refused to hand it over. 2. The ether engine. Supposedly, an engine that harnessed energy from the environment, what Tesla called radiant energy. Some interpret this as a form of zero-point or vacuum energy. 3. Wireless global power system. The Wardenclyffe plans, resonant frequency energy transmission using the Earth's own conductivity. 4. Earthquake machine. Tesla admitted he created a small resonant device that shook his building so violently the police were called. He believed resonance could break the Earth apart if tuned correctly. 5. Anti-gravity research. Notes hinting at a propulsion system based on dynamic gravity fields. Some claim these papers inspired later military experiments. 6. Communication with other planets. Tesla publicly claimed he received signals from beyond Earth in 1899. His notes from Colorado Springs are incomplete. Some pages are missing. What makes these files suspicious is not that they existed, but that the most controversial ones vanished. Some say the government took them. Others say foreign agents stole them. Some believe Tesla himself hid them. And others believe they were destroyed for a reason. Why Tesla's ideas threatened the world. To understand why these papers mattered, imagine the consequences. Free wireless energy. No electric companies. No oil industry. No gas giants. No energy wars. No power monopolies. Advanced propulsion. Faster than air travel. Military dominance. Potential UFO-level capabilities. Particle beam weapons. The entire balance of global warfare overturned. Resonant Earth technologies. Potentially destructive applications. Tesla wasn't building gadgets. He was building systems. Systems that could erase existing industries and replace them with something entirely new. And when a single man holds that much potential power, he becomes a target. Was Tesla silenced? There is no evidence Tesla was murdered, but there is evidence that people were watching him closely in his final years. Strange visitors. Unknown figures entering his hotel. People asking questions about his inventions. Tesla complained of espionage frequently. He also claimed that he no longer kept important designs on paper but memorized them, fearing theft. True, the most important inventions died with him. However, eyewitness accounts suggest Tesla left behind at least 2 trunks filled with secret documents that were never found. Where did they go? What about the missing files? Let's break down the major theories. The first theory says that the US government kept them classified. Possible reasons: national security, arms development, energy control, preventing foreign powers from gaining advanced technology. Supporters say many of Tesla's released papers are redacted. Certain boxes from the FBI archives remain missing. Freedom of Information Act requests come back incomplete. Theory 2: another country took them. In Tesla's final years, he made contact with multiple governments. He wrote letters to Yugoslavia, Britain, the Soviet Union. There are rumors, none officially confirmed, that Soviet agents visited Tesla shortly before his death and removed papers he had prepared for them. True, it could explain early Soviet interest in beam weapons, their sudden advancements in certain technologies. Theory 3: Tesla hid them himself. Tesla disliked governments. He disliked corporations even more. He believed humanity wasn't ready for his inventions. Some believe he hid his papers in New Yorker hotel storage rooms, abandoned labs, the ruins of Wardenclyffe, safety deposit boxes, personal trunks given to family overseas. To this day, amateur treasure hunters search for these Tesla caches. Fourth theory says that they were destroyed by force or by Tesla's own hand. Tesla once said, "The world is not prepared for the technology one carry within my mind." Some interpret this as a warning. Tesla feared misuse. He may have burned the most dangerous material. Why are we still talking about Tesla's missing files 80 years later? Because the world Tesla predicted is starting to appear. Wireless charging, drones, particle physics, plasma weapons, directed energy systems, gravitational research, zero-point energy experiments, AI-assisted design, satellite power grids. Companies today are actively researching wireless power beaming, vacuum energy, space-based solar, EM propulsion systems, and governments are openly developing microwave weapons, ion propulsion, directed energy beams, hypersonic devices. Tesla imagined all of this a century ago. If his missing notes exist, they could still contain breakthroughs the world hasn't caught up to. Yet the biggest question is not where the files are, but why they were hidden in the first place. Nikola Tesla died poor, alone, and unrecognized. But he also died undefeated. His ideas, once mocked, now power the modern world. His vision of wireless communication became the internet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and smartphones. His concept of renewable energy drives the future of sustainability. His dream of a connected planet is our reality. But the missing files remain the greatest enigma. Were they truly revolutionary? Were they dangerous? Were they misunderstood? Or were they simply ahead of their time? Maybe the world wasn't ready for Tesla then. Maybe it still isn't. But one thing is certain. Tesla's mind was a frontier humanity is still struggling to reach. And somewhere out there, whether in a locked vault, a forgotten basement, or a trunk hidden in a dusty attic, lies the final chapter of Nikola Tesla's genius, waiting to be found. If you want more deep investigations into hidden history, lost inventions, and unsolved mysteries, make sure you subscribe. Please drop a comment and share this video, because the more people who hear stories like this, the closer we get to uncovering the truth. Until next time, stay curious,